welcome back. So this video, I just wanted to share some of the messages that I received and I checked in on when I was really going through sort of the turmoil of like, am I really going to do this? Is this really aligned? Is this really for me? Because it was, if you've ever come up with something in your energy field that is like a complete 180 of where you are, and you look at it and you realize like, oh crap, I am meant for that, and you're almost blindsided. It's just, if you've ever been completely blindsided, it takes a little to wrap your mind around things, right? So this, in my case, I was completely blindsided by this new shift. I was completely blindsided by the work that I needed to do mentally to actually shift in the physical world. And so I wanted to share, I did check in, I checked in with like the collective animals, I checked in with the earth, I checked in with my own guides, because I felt like I needed to be completely reassured that what I was doing was right. And I was also confused, like why, how could this be what's actually better for the planet? How could this be what's better for the animals? How could this be what's better for my body? So anyway, when I did check in with those things, number one was about me, was that I did get that it was aligned for me to be vegan for a certain amount of time. I got that I went a little longer than I was meant to with the 17 years, and that there were signs for me to stop earlier than that. But again, I completely resisted them, and I wasn't in a place in my spiritual journey where I knew how to really check in and get the answers even when I was in resistance. So there's that. But I got that I was meant to go on that vegan journey. I was meant to understand other people who go on that journey. And I was meant to be sort of lighter in consciousness. And basically during the last few years that I was vegan, I spent a lot of time learning spiritual lesson type things. I now teach a lot of spiritual things. I will put a quiz on the bottom of this if you want to take it. It's get a message from your higher self or spirit team. Pretty fun quiz. There's also a crystal one that I might drop down there. So if you're into quizzes and spiritual type things, check out those quizzes that I'll put down there. But basically, I was meant to sort of be one without society for a bit. You know how like in the olden days, like, I mean, they probably still do it now, but like monks would go out on like the mountainside and, you know, they would like eat air basically and they would get all these spiritual truths and spiritual enlightenment, blah, blah, blah. It was sort of like my way of doing a little bit of that. However, the big message was like, you're not supposed to live up there. I wasn't supposed to be in like the ethers, which can be what kind of happens a little energetically when you're not eating animal products, which is why a lot of people say not to eat them, so you can stay kind of up in the ethers spiritually. But the message was, I'm meant to be like boots on the ground, working with the people, one with the people. I'm not meant to be like above the people in this way of living where, you know, I don't need to eat meat, but all of you need to eat meat. It was very much like, I'm meant to be grounded, I'm meant to be with the people, I'm meant to rejoin society in that way of being able to sit around a table and eat the same things that everyone else is eating. Yes, I'm still not doing dairy, but just opening up to animal products makes it a lot easier. So it was like rejoining, literally felt like I was rejoining society, rejoining community, not purposely ostracizing myself anymore. So that was a huge part of it. I do think in the past, and maybe there's still some people that are meant to be that monk all by themselves, not, you know, eating a certain way, up on the mountaintop, receiving spiritual truths. But I think most of us now, especially if you're someone that's watching this video, we're meant to be with the people. We're level with them. We're meant to be with them, and we can be helping each other, but we're not meant to be above them or apart from them. And especially if you like empathic tendencies like myself, it's easy. It sometimes feels simpler to separate yourself and be like, no, I'm going to be over here. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you, but I'm not going to like interact with your energy. I don't think we're meant to do it that way anymore. I think we're meant to be, like I said, with the people. So that was a huge message that was coming through. I then checked in with the earth, Mama Gaia. Like, why? Why would you want me to eat your precious babies? Right? And the message that came with that is it's a cycle. We're all in a life cycle. We're meant to do it. The animals know that they're part of a cycle. We know that we're part of a cycle. And pulling ourselves out of that cycle is not natural. We're meant to be in this cycle of life and this wheel, and we're meant to go through it, and we're meant to consume the animal products, clean the animal products in a beautiful way. Oh, that's what I wanted to share, is when I do eat animal products. I've done it every day since the first one in September. Now I do Reiki. If you don't do Reiki, it doesn't matter. You can do the same thing. But I will rub my hands together and I will Reiki over my food. Sometimes I do it while I'm cooking if I remember. Usually I forget and I remember once I'm eating. I will literally, my husband laughs at me, he rolls his eyes. I will send Reiki to my plate of food, and you can just send energy. It doesn't have to be Reiki. And I will just show my appreciation. I will, in my head, say thank you. Thank you to all the animals involved in this meal. Thank you that these animals are supporting me in living my best life moving forward, something like that. But I will give thanks every single time I sit down and eat animal products. I will give thanks to the animals, and it feels like I am part of that earth cycle, which like a year ago I would have been like, middle finger to you, that's whatever, but that's what came through. So I wanted to share that with you. It did definitely help me see how we are in this cycle, and it helped me also just see that at least when I was checking in from my perspective, is that eating, the way we eat is it's not meant to be this moral dilemma of eating animals or not. It's meant to be like, treat the animals the best we can, thank them for their sacrifice, so that we can live our most healthy lives. That being said, there is a lot of junk that happens to a lot of animals that are not treated so nicely. And so I think when the more people switch to looking for those farms that are doing it in what I would say more of the right way, I do think it's helpful, and you vote with your dollars, right? So I think that's helpful, moving in that direction. And then I think a big part of it too is that I think a lot of us have to move through, that we're so stuck in the vegan diet, is number one. A lot of you are probably gonna have to deal with other people's opinions around you, especially if you were super opinionated when you were vegan. I was pretty lucky that I was never in your face vegan. I had the thoughts all in my head though, which still just as not helpful to other people, but you're gonna have to deal with that depending how you set your lifestyle up. But you know what? People change, people get new information, and you can try it out, see what is right for your body, really try to tap in and check in what is your body asking for. Yeah, it's a journey. So anyways, I hope that was helpful to you. Feel free to share any parts of your story. I'm here to support you. And like I said, I'll drop those quizzes in the bottom in case you want to try them, because they are super fun. And good luck. All the good luck to you. Bye.